Where's the... Okay. Alright, so today we're going to be doing a VOD review of a buddy of mine. His name's Dying Peach, playing some Seris on Split Stone Quarry. We're going to take a quick look at your loadout real quick, just see what's going on. Alright, Bloodback 2, Veil 2, Dark Whispers 3, Faded Black 3, and Soulforge 5. This is good. You can either bring Veil up or even lower it, depending on your personal preference. It's all up to you. For me, I run mine a little bit higher, but that's because I play like really aggressive as Seris. I like to be like in the mix and stuff like that, even though sometimes I shouldn't be. But I like to be able to get in and get out as I please. You know, like with Veil, I think I run 3. Veil 3, I'm comfortable with being in a bad spot and knowing I can get out if I need to. When it comes down to buys, typical Seris buys, Morale Boost or Nimble. Even Chrono sometimes, so you can spam your Shadow Travel. But looking at what they have, I'd go Haven. The reason why, they have 3 hit scans. They have 2 really high burst hit scans. And if any of these guys, if you get hit with a shot from Sha or Strix, if Andro dives you kind of lose that just by default. So I just go Haven just to protect you, especially when you peek to heal. Yeah, I think Haven's the smartest buy here. But let's get into the game. Try to speed this up a little bit.
And so it begins.
Alright, so you going up here, you're looking to spam out the Strix. This is what I'm thinking in my mind from what I see. This is okay. But also be aware of your teammates, right? You know that Tyra's with you. We'll just look at it from up top. So this is where your team's going. So just try to have a relative idea of where they're at, especially when you're done doing that. And then position yourself accordingly. I would position myself depending on where my teams are at. Like this. It would either go... Look at my mouse. There we go. I'd either be here, 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 down here, or here, depending on where my team's at. So from looking at from where your team's at, being up here is fine. Being on this bridge is okay. Right? Just be aware of that, and him triple dashing up and gliding over. With the salvo. Okay, this is good. Trying to keep up. That's just fine. That's not your fault. Yeah, your tanks are kind of feeding. Just get out. There's no point of poking this. For the sole fact that you got hit once, you got hit twice. No shadow travel. You get hit 3 times in a row. People like Diggy Dog, they're not going to miss many shots. If they get an opportunity to shoot at you 3 times, they're probably going to hit you 3 times. So don't even risk it. I would have just shadow traveled after the first shot. Even the first shot, I would have shadow traveled because you're down 2 tanks already. But especially after you got hit twice, I would have just got out. There's no point of fighting that. Also, by you dying like that, I forgot to mention, you staggered yourself. So when you died, Koa was coming back in 5 seconds, Rekus is coming back in 6 seconds, and now you're not coming back for 12. Yeah, when you die, it's a 12 timer, about. So you're basically forcing your tanks and your DPS to not engage, and if they do decide to engage, they're engaging without heals. Let's keep that in mind. Not too much cooldown management thing with Seris. There you go, just heal up your turtle. I play up top. There's no point of jumping down here. Actually, no, you know what? No, Puelizo. Okay. So now that he died, I'd go up top. Or either get like into that doorway, which I think you probably do, right? Yeah, you do. Yeah, okay. But this is fine. Okay, so your positioning's okay. Right now Koa's he's capping the point, just let him cap the point. Yeah. The Shadow Shower, not just gonna risk it. You don't you really don't want to die. When you die you feed credits and all that good jazz, so alright, this is fine, it's fine. Wait from the peak. Yeah. What I'm also noticing is that your tanks aren't really giving you too many angles to like peek from. So keep that in mind too. You don't want to put yourself in a position to where you'll die for a heal. I like that ult. Throw it a little higher though, because I can already see from here it's not going to pull nothing because it landed on this corner and this pillar is going to block the LOS. If it lands here, it pulls Andro for sure. But he pops this. I don't think he pops this to get a kill. I think he pops this to stop himself from getting pulled in. So that ult, your ult has already gotten value, right? There's a minute 50 and you're pulling out an ult, which is okay for him to ult. But now next fight they don't have that ult. So if you steamroll next point, now they don't have it for next round. Prelly was gonna die anyways. Koa dies. Get out. Yep, just get out. Okay, from right here, right? I suggest either stand behind that box or get inside. The reason I do say that is because by you sitting here and poking out trying to do damage, you're gonna get shot. Somebody's gonna notice it, and they're just gonna take the shot. You know, Shaolin needs ult charge. So if I'm Shaolin, I'm peeking this and I'm shooting at you. And boop. There's the fucking Shaolin. And now you're in trouble. Because now you're going to die and your teammate's coming back. So now you're staggered. So this little mistake here, this will waste like 20 seconds. Because you're dead for like, when you're attacking, you're dead for like 7, right? I think. We'll see. But, you're dead for 7 when you're attacking. Yeah. So now, there's 7 seconds where they don't got a fucking healer. In my opinion, I think they'll just push without it because it's fucking casual. But your team has no heals for 7 seconds now. Your team's up 2, team's up 3, and that's the wonders of running quad DPS. You're squishy as hell. Congratulations. You played yourself. You should be back now. Ooh, why did you shadow travel that? Hold on. How far back did I go? Shit. Ah, you dismounted. I'm gonna assume you dismounted on accident. That you maybe just misclicked. So, but don't fucking dismount. Put your, like, I don't know, fucking, don't click shit, Peach. God damn. Because you getting there a little late kind of hurts the call. If you're there a little earlier, you might be able to heal everybody up. But, so you're down 1. Boom, right here. I don't like seeing this too much from healers. Constant movement between 2 good positions, right? So, my crosshair, I can't find it. Okay, so here's a good spot. Here's a good spot. This is a bad spot, right? Pick one. Play in the door, play in the corner. By playing on the door, you're going to be safer than here for the fact that from where I just saw Diggy playing, he has an angle. What is he? Where's he at? Oh, how is he 0? Yes. Okay, so he has an angle on you right there. So he can hit a stun. Or he can just hit a shot in general. So just be aware of the angles that the enemy have on you, as well as the angles you have on them and your teammates. So just make a decision. By playing the door, you'll be a little safer. Once again, this is not your fault. Your combo's playing like a madman.
30 seconds remain.
There you go. Don't shadow travel there. Your most important cooldown you just used for no reason.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
Koa feeds.
2, 1.
Bro, Latims are crazy, bro. Look, Hakate got fucking balls of steel doing this shit. Why isn't it showing your weapon? This is weird. Alright, so, yeah. In the end, I would just suggest a shadow travel or something. Just prevent yourself from dying. Alright, so we're going to look at buys real quick. So, they got record for the Ruckus and the Koa Shield, which is not bad. They do enough burst anyways. So you got Marabus too. You've been getting shot a lot. I would suggest that you start picking up Haven now. Marabus is nice and all, but survivability is more important as a support. Especially on Seris, because Seris doesn't need cooldown reduction, and like you really don't. And against this team comp, you really don't need to spam your ult. So I would buy Haven. I'll start buying Haven now. Okay. Yeah, I don't like you being down there because it makes you an easy target to get on, and it also limits what you can see. Because as a support, you want to either be near the back or behind your team. For the sole fact that if you got more than 2 people behind you, to heal them, you have to turn your back to your teammates that are in front of you, you know? And now you don't know what's going on. A 100% don't shadow travel that either. You shadow travel that, now you don't have a way to get out. A reliable way to get out. And now you're stuck. You have it now, though. You have it now. Okay, there you go. Good. Obviously, that ult didn't connect with anything. So it is a bad ult. But, you like I just think that you don't play, like, yeah, you got 50 levels on Seris, but you don't play her like to the point, like, kind of every day, like at least once, to where you understand the arc. With Seris, you gotta arc it a little bit. Just gotta look up a little bit, just then toss it. You get a little, because like it doesn't go that far. It really doesn't. So just arc your shot a little bit, and you'll be fine. So far, let's just do like a little recap real quick. So far, I think your positioning is good. Your cooldown management, you gotta, like, you cannot, like, you got Faded Black, yes, but you cannot waste shadow travel, because if you use it too early, you're going to die 100% of the time. Like, I played enough Seris to, like, where I've been through it. Like, I know, like, using that shit too early just fucks you. Any movement ability with a support, if you use it too early, you typically die. Except Generals, because it's on a 2-second cooldown, but like, I play a lot of Damba. If you slither too early in a fight, and the enemy team knows, you're typically going to die. They're just going to die of you because you have no way of getting out. Just keep that in mind. Especially with a long-ass cooldown like that. So right here, you being here is fine. As soon as you get shot by that, I would just get out. I'd force the Koa to sit on point. He dies. Okay, that's fine. So you can, yeah. So Koa's right now, he's playing around point just in case you need to get off. So
Enemy
keep that in mind.
spree.
Try not to chase heals too much. Let heals come to you. By you getting off the point, not only are you giving the enemy team a quote-unquote chance, even though they don't have a tank to recontest, but because like I can feel this haunting you in like later games or even this game, right? For the fact that if you chase somebody to get a heal, you're putting yourself in a position. Typically, if you're chasing for a heal, you're putting yourself in a bad position because you got to get into their LOS. That means they're taking a lot of damage. Typically, they're taking a lot of damage because there's people there, you know? So by you putting yourself in that position, it's like, okay, Ruckus got away, but now we have a Seris to look at, so just keep that in mind.
Stop the payload. Escort the payload.
Alright. Stop using your damn shadow travel for mobility. Sheesh. Use it to escape, to avoid damage, and to reposition. Don't use it to pop it and then get out of it 2 seconds later for a speed boost. That's a bad Peach. Bad. If you see my fucking last video where I VOD reviewed Kai, you have Kai-nitis where you use cooldowns just because you fucking have them. Fucking Kai placed the shield every time he got it. And then walk past it. Okay, you're down. You're down 2, right? Yeah, you're down 2. Look to get... As soon as you lose 2, you leave. You're not winning the fight. I don't care if fucking Cole pops ult and gets to 4K. Okay, no, I do care if he pops ult and gets to 4K, but you lose both your damages. So the fight's over. So I just get out. There's no point of fighting this. Because they're gonna die regardless, right? So yeah, just get out. There's no point of staying to fight. Typically as a support, if you're in a fight and you lose 2, the fight's over. You lost. Get out. Against good players, the fight's over. Speed this up a little bit.
Did you catch a cold? I see.
Oof. Alright, so you're fine right now. Yeah. Yeah, is it fucking, I don't know, is it Polioli or Puele? I don't fucking know. It's Polioli, right? Yeah, I think it's Polioli. Yeah, your tanks are just asking to die. They're kind of forcing you to be in a bad position right now, but yeah, I don't know what your tanks are doing. Right. So this is a big mistake that even I still make, and it's something that it's hard to build, right? That heal on that Ruckus looks tempting as fuck, right? But you dismount it. The strongest mobility in this game are mounts, right? They're the fastest form of mobility. So take advantage of it. Yes, he's low, but you could have rode your mount all the way up here, then healed him. You could have rode your mount all the way up here, then healed him. You know, like, get to where you need to be first, then heal him. Because when you do stuff like this, right? I don't think you do it, but like, you might use Shadow Travel to catch up now. And then now you're in a fight without it. I don't think you do it. I think you're smart enough to know not to do it. But, like, by doing things like that, by dismounting too early, like, typically now you got to use your movement ability just to catch up. So just keep that in mind. I say keep that in mind so much, but... Ugh, that's a big yikes. Yeah, no need to... Okay, no, yeah, so now you're using your Shadow Travel to catch up because you're too far back. You got stunned, which let your team keep advancing because they don't know you're stunned in the back, right? So now you have to use your Shadow Travel to play catch up, right? Obviously, the enemy team don't know, but if Diggy looks for you and he starts to fight you, you have no way of getting out. Even though you guys are pinching him now, so.
15 seconds remaining. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Enemy
You gotta react to that quicker. He has a wind-up time with that ult, which you know because you play Androxus. You gotta react to that quicker. As soon as you hear the voice line, especially that close, assume he's aiming for you. I don't care if he's not, but assume that he's aiming for you. Because and the mindset as a support you have to have is my life is the it's true. Your life's the most important. It goes support, tank, DPS. That's how it goes in the lifeline list, right? And some people like they're like, oh, all you do is as a support, all you do is pocket the tanks, which is it's not necessarily good, but your tanks are more important than your DPS because with no tanks, you don't control space. With no supports, you don't have the HP to do anything. So kind of be a little more greedy with your life. That's what I want you to do. Alright, so you're down 1, they're down 3, you guys are winning this fight.
Enemy
Yeah.
killing spree.
Alright, so your team wins before you get there. Let's see what you're buying now. Okay, Kill to Heal's not bad. And it's definitely good because you're going against a lot of DPS, so your team should typically get a lot of kills. But like look at your team, right? Like look, you got Ruckus on Haven, Koa on Haven, Tyra on Haven. The only person that doesn't have Haven, and
Capture point spawning in
it's probably because he's probably doing the worst on the team, like credits wise maybe. Right, it's the Strix. But like you see a trend, right? Your team's buying Haven because they have a lot of damage Haven wise.
2.
So you should be building Haven as well. Because if I'm on the enemy team and I see this, oh shit, they all your whole team has Haven. If I'm on the enemy team, I'm looking to go after you now because you don't have the necessary tool to survive the damage that we have. Another reason why I keep saying this, like by Haven, is because not only do they have a lot of direct damage, but they have a luminary boost, right? So by you buying Haven, you kind of negate that. You kind of counteract the luminary boost, right? Which by them going that, like it's like, okay, we're forcing them to buy Haven. That's nice, but forcing you guys to buy Haven kind of hurts you in the long run because once you get Haven 3, they'll still do less damage than they would normally. So just keep that in mind. That Haven is really important in this matchup. And especially since, what's his face? Andrew has Illum 3. When you go on Viz, if you're low, he can still chase you down. He can see you pretty far away. So you definitely want Haven. So you can survive that engagement. Remember. Hold on. Remember. What are these spots? Because right now you're exposed to this, and this. And if you get shot here, since you're so far in the open, you're kind of forced to use your shadow travel to get out, right? But if you play something like here, like if the shot playing here is, if you think about it, it's kind of meh, because if you do get hit, you're probably going to get hit with a stun. But even playing here, if you get hit, you probably get hit with a stun into a wall anyways. So, I get the shot, like, playing here might not be the option, but I play up here then, for that then. Just for that thought process. Like, oh shit, they have a shot, so. But being here in the open is kind of meh. If anything, if you want to play closer up, go inside of Corey. Yo, let this fat fuck hold the point. Damn. They like yeah, but especially if you get shot like that, just get off. Because in a team scenario, which this is not, but Andrew will come kill you right now because you just took that damage. Yeah, so just let him cap it because you can heal him if he takes the damage anyways. You can't heal yourself.
Enemy rampage. Your sight fails you.
So what I would do, right? I wouldn't have peeked this, right? Because there's an odd they made it so you can hear him when he's invisible, right? So by playing here, I in my head, I wait till because he's gonna go for a touch, right? I wait till I hear it's close and I ult the point, right? I ult the point and then I spam the ball. If you do that, you pull him in and you probably kill him by yourself. But don't peek like that because he popped ult, which means he's probably going in. And if he sees you, he's gonna shoot you. He's not gonna shoot Koa. And now he's looking for you. Ta-da! That's a good ult. I like that. I 100% like that ult. Yeah, you die, but like you traded. You got to trade for it. So I like that ult. That's a good ult. It's just funny because like I knew like once he popped, he was gonna chase you, and like you didn't even know like exactly where he was at. You just knew that he was on you somewhere. So you're just like fuck it ult. So and that's good. You're using your ult. So I'm 100% okay with that. And you used it before the game was over too. So all right. So first off, I think you played well. Positioning could use a little work, as I've kind of talked about during the game. It wasn't horrendous though. I've definitely seen worse. So my major points for this would be cooldown management, ult usage, and so cooldown, ult usage, and buys. Right? Is there anything else? Positioning, cooldown usage, ult usage, and buys. Okay, so let's start from positioning. Positioning, play in a spot where you're safe, but you're also getting the most value. The way I like to play is I like to play like kind of aggressive as a support because I've played for so long that I have confidence in myself when it comes to that aspect. So typically the positions I take, I know I can get out. So like I put myself on like right before the line of you're feeding, which sounds pretty bad, but it's like, okay, I'm here, I can do damage, I can heal, but if I need to get out, I know where I'm gonna get out. A big point for supports, in my opinion, is for every position that you decide to take, you need to have an escape plan. Okay, I'm up top. If I get dove, where am I going? Okay, I'm down low. If I get dove, where am I going? Okay, I'm in quarry. If I get dove, where am I going? Always have a escape plan in the back of your head. So, and obviously you can adapt it as you're running away, but so you know if you get dove, you know where you're going. Because getting dove, panicking and pressing a button and deciding afterwards is you're gonna waste time, you're gonna waste the amount of time you're in your shadow travel, and they're just gonna catch you, right? Also by putting yourself in a position with multiple escape routes, when you do go invisible, a team without illuminate, or like if they're not close enough to hear exactly where you're going, right? They have to guess now. If you play like that spot where I was talking about, where like I was like, okay, if you play like in the doorway, you can, well, near that wall, you can get hit by a shot, whatever. But like in front of that, a little main pathway, like when you play there, right? When you go to escape, typically you're just gonna go back. Like you're gonna just follow the main that you're gonna go around the curve. You're just gonna either go back to high ground. You're gonna be somewhere in that area, so it's predictable, right? Just keep that in mind too. Have multiple escapes. Okay, so cooldown management. Shadow travel, you cannot waste shadow travel. That's like a 13-second cooldown. It may be like 12 or maybe even 14. I don't know, but it's long. Fade to Black helps you mitigate that, but it's long, right? You don't want to waste that. My opinion, you either use it for escapes or changing positions quickly in a fight to heal, right? I don't like seeing it used out of fights to catch up, because as support, especially with Mortal Reach, you don't really need to catch up. You just need LOS, right? You should already know the angles you can take to get LOS on your teammates. I really don't like it to catch up. Using it to catch up usually gets you killed. Buys, really pay attention to what kind of damage they have, because Haven would have been really good there. Especially if they would have had tanks that were Haven too, which typically most tanks are Blast. I'm pretty sure Blast. Actually, no, it's a mixture. But yeah, so think about defensive items too. Mostly blue and yellow cards as a support is where you want to go. Greens, it's good if you're okay, if you're not getting pressured too much. And red cards, unless you're down or kind of meh, unless the situation calls for it. Because as a Seris, it's always kind of nice to get an extra wrecker or call whatever you need. But with that being said, I think you did well. You just got to be a little more aware of your surroundings. Keep your head on a swivel. Always check different angles if somebody's flanking. If somebody needs heals, just keep looking around. Keep looking around. I don't know what FOV you run. I'm assuming you run between 90 and like 105. Typically, support tank players play at 120. And for some people don't like the way that looks because it's a little stretch, but it lets you see more without having to move your mouse as much. So you don't have to change your FOV because obviously you primarily play DPS, but yeah, I think you, like I said, I think you did well. Little tiny improvements will make you a better support. Seris is not the best right now, but she's definitely up there. So hopefully you take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm not perfect. I do know what I'm talking about, but what I say is not 100%. You do this or you're wrong, right? Every game is different. You're going to go against different team comps every game, different players. So you will have to adapt. So just take what I said as a guideline for the most part, and then adjust while you're in game. What else? That's about it. Oh yeah, one more thing. When it comes to these videos, everybody who comes to me for this type of advice, this is all for the benefit of the player and anybody else who watches this who wants to learn the roles. This is not to make fun of nobody. This is not to belittle anybody. People are coming here to learn, and people are coming here to just get my thought on whether it be the character, position, like whatever, right? So anybody who's watching this, I would please appreciate if you, if anything, encourage the player or throw any extra tips in the comments for everybody else to see. But that is it. Thank you for watching this video. Peach, I really do hope this video helped you out in some way. If it didn't, you can come back to me again and we can talk over something, or we can do like a little call and like watch it together and explain more and go more into detail, and then you can explain to me your thought process with the decisions you make. But yeah, everybody, thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.